Well, isn't that a strange sight? Last time we ended up dropping off the motorhome, the RV thing over there, and we ended up putting this on the back of our truck. Now, it has actually landed on here quite nicely. The only thing that I can see being an issue here is that when we go to drive back, because we're going to be driving down this road, when we get to the tunnel section, I don't know whether we're going to fit underneath. So that's the thing that we're going to struggle with. But I think if we just get inside our truck and start driving home now, I think today we'll actually start working on a tanker. Anyway, let's get inside and start going. Right, so, this is going to cause us some serious issues if it is on here like this the whole time. So I'm going to try and angle the bed up, and I'm going to shove this off the back. Once you've done that... Okay, oh no, okay. Winch down. Alright, yes. And then I think if I do this, and this... No, wait, is it that way around? No, it's not, it's this way around. I might... Oh... I was gonna say, I might be able to lift it up the deck, but it's not actually happening that way. Idea. Push this out. Okay. Winch down. Yes. Okay. Bring this back in. Angle up. I'm trying to make it tip off. Oh, there we go. And then this goes back out. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then we try and bring it in as quickly as we can. I don't know if this is gonna work. It might just try and tip over again. Yep. Okay, hang on. What if I disconnect this one from this side, and instead of it being this one, we actually do this one? It might be weird doing this, but it might actually work. So we disconnect this guy, and we attach it onto there, and then we try and pull it. Let's see what happens. Winch up. Because it should just slide a bit better, or it's going to be very aggressive and just flip. Oh, it's because I've got the mag holes on still. Oh, would you look at that? That is like perfect. Okay, stop that from doing anything. Bed in. There we go, and then angle obviously down. That is fantastic. Obviously, the mag holes are having some issues. And the bed isn't actually very stable, but it's on there a hell of a lot better than it was. Okay, right, I won't bore you guys with any more of this, but essentially it is on the back. I'm going to be taking the train line back as well, because it's an easier route, and we can't drive over the edge. And it'll take us all the way home without having mountains and unstable roads. So this will be easier for us. But yeah, that noise is annoying, so I'll see you guys once we're back home. Alright guys, it has been annoying me for a while now, but we are actually back to our base, so let's go ahead and get this thing off the back of here as quickly as we can, because it is so annoying! Alright, drive down here. I believe we just drop it here, but I'm not actually entirely sure where. So that's a thing. Maybe it's over here? I don't know where you drop it. I'm gonna assume that it's over in this direction. That has not dropped it. Oh, I don't know then. Also, it's just... Hey, there we go. 8 grand. Awesome. Right, get this thing off of the back of this right now. It's so noisy. Whew! Right, finally, that noise is gone. I'm gonna disconnect this from my, my winches. There we go. And I'm gonna tip it. And I should just be able to leave it here. So bed angle and bed in out. There we go. And now if we just drive forwards. Let's have a little look in the mirror. I think it's still in the back. Is it? I can't tell. Hold on. No. Oh, it was just this that I was seeing. Alright, yep, cool. Good. And we've actually done it, guys. We've actually delivered one. Nice. Okay, so where does that leave us? Well, that leaves us in a place where we now need to start work on our first oil tanker. Now, how much money do we have? We've almost got 100,000. That should be enough to actually build an oil tanker, I think. At least a small one, anyway. So let's go ahead and start building one of those, and we'll see what we can actually come up with. A bunch of you guys said you like the red one more than you like the blue one, so that's what I'm going to be taking inspiration from today. Yes. Alright, so in order to do that then, how are we gonna do it? I actually don't know. I don't know how wide this thing should be. I actually have no idea. So I'm thinking we actually start all the way on this end, and we'll build it out and around on its way back, and then we'll be able to see how wide it is. So I'm thinking we start with about 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. We then go into these guys, because that's how this works. We'll do 1, 2, 3. How about we actually do 3 of every one of them? Here we go, let's do these ones as well. 1, 2, 3, there we go, and that looks way too pointy. Okay, I've got a different idea. Alright, so we're going to start with these guys instead, and then we're going to go to this, and I'm assuming that after we do this, it will still actually look fine. There we go, because we've actually increased the width of it by quite a lot to begin with. Yeah, that works. That totally works. Then obviously we go straight back from there. That'll be fine. Alright, so I don't want this thing to be too big, so I'm thinking we go a little bit further than this to around here. We then go ahead and start building this back in, so we'll do 3 of these again, just like we've done on the back. We'll then only do like 1 of these, there we go, and we'll do 1 of these, and that is going to be the back. Actually, let's do 3 of these. There we go, attach those guys together. That is going to be the size of our first oil tanker. Cool. Alright, so what's next then? We are going to go ahead and build these guys in like so. That looks fine. We're then going to continue with these guys across there. And then we're going to go back to this one to attach it onto there to send it all the way back to here. From there, we've got to use these guys, which should be fine. So let's go and shove that onto there, all the way backwards to there. Yeah! So from there, what I'm going to do is essentially build this up, all the way across to the back end, just like this. And then we'll work on the back end later. Okay, so I put a water line in there as well, so above the water line is going to be, I don't know, a different colour than what we currently have, so we'll go with, let's go with Frantic Red for now. It's probably not going to be Frantic Red, but we'll go ahead and do this, awesome, and then on the underside we obviously want to go with our darker red, which generally looks pretty good on the underside of ships. Yes, I like it. So we're going to do another round of, these, essentially. We're going to do the same as what we've got here, and then we might do another one, we'll see. Alright, so I don't know how I'm going to do this, but essentially I want, whatever this is, to be built all the way backwards to there. We're going to have this bit be sort of like flat, which is fine. It actually has none of those, so, oh no it does, it has 1, sorry. There we go, bosh that in there, go ahead and do these guys backwards to there, and then build it across. And that's fine as well. We can then obviously paint all of this, paint all of that, and that, and that. And we can obviously paint all of these guys too. There we go. I am going to go ahead and copy and paste this one, and this one, and this one. And I'm just going to copy it, bring it down, paste it in, do it again, and paste it in again. Merge this guy with this guy, this guy with this guy, and there we go. So if you're wondering why I'm doing that, it's because this bit's going to change. Essentially, we're going to add 4 blocks to this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to go here, and I'm going to do this. So we're going to go down just like this. Okay, that looks a little bit steep, but I think that's what we're actually going to go with. Alright, so I've gone ahead and managed to get this in here like this. So all we need to do from there is essentially build these guys out to around there. It's going to be pretty much flat as it goes up, which is not really normal, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So we'll build this out continuously until we pretty much hit the bottom. And then once we hit the bottom, we need to sort out the edge. So I'm going to go ahead and try and figure out this bit so that it matches all the way down here and all the way to the side too. Okay, that was actually very, very easy to do. So now we just need to attach it to there. And I think we're going to have to sort this bit out too. So it's going to have to come down by like 1 more, which I think will actually fit directly onto here. Because essentially it's just this. Hold on. Bosh. There we go. Good. And yeah, it fits directly onto there, which is pretty good. I think then if I do this, we attach one of these guys to here like this. We can then have the outside go across, and that's fine. It'll match up with the front. The back in the center isn't going to stay like this, though. We will branch some bits out of this and add a propeller to the back. And also we need rudders, but that's not terrible. Okay. Right here, we're obviously going to go towards the front. Not too much, because obviously the front is going to come backwards a little bit more too. But if we do this, going backwards to here, that is awesome. Yeah. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and finish up the front, and that'll be good. And there we go. So now if I go ahead and paint all the bottom of this, we will then see the difference, and hopefully it looks good. I mean, I think it does. I've never really built it like this before, especially with the back end, the way that I've done it. I'm assuming that it will work actually very, very well. But yeah, as far as hull shapes go, it's a bit strange, but I think it actually will work quite nicely, and I think it'll be pretty good for us. Yeah. Alright, so, let's go ahead and delete this guy, 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 and there we go. Very nice. We're then going to put a flooring in, which is going to be like this, all the way down to there. We're then going to fill this in all the way to the back, which I am going to have to delete this, 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 and a bunch of these guys as well. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. I fill that in just like so. Fill this in all together, and there we go. That is our tanker hull, or at least the start of a tanker anyway. Yeah, you know what? Not too shabby. There's not going to be any thingy on this. There's no bulbous bow or anything like that. But we do need to put the propeller thing on the back so that that works. And then we need to figure out where all of the stuff on the deck is going to go, and where all the tanks are going to go, as well as the fuel tank. There's a lot to do. Alright, so let's go ahead and try and figure out this bit back here. If I type in prop, we need a big old propeller. We're not going to go with the giant ones. We're probably going to go with the large ones. There we go. And I want them to be sort of apart. So around here seems like a good place for them. I'm then going to build this out. I'm then going to build it out to wherever they'll fit, which is presumably around here. And we're going to just shove them on like that. Yeah. Okay, that'll work. Obviously, I'm then going to go ahead and delete these guys as well, because I sort of need to. I'm going to fill all of this in the right places. I'll delete that guy though. And yeah, overall, this should look and work really, really well now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So there's no holes in the hull anymore. And they look nice. Yes. Let's go ahead and jug those in. There we go. Yes, I'm going to paint this bit differently. Only slightly. There we go. And the propellers are going to be painted differently too. Because those guys are going to look like this. There we go. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is actually make them slightly wider. So on this side and on this side is going to bulge out a little bit. And the rudders are going to go directly behind these as well. So I'm going to quickly build those in, and we'll see what that looks like. And there we go. So we got the rudders. I made them chunkier, and overall I think that looks great. I don't know what to do with the deck just yet. I think for now I'm just going to go ahead and make it a grey colour. And that doesn't look terrible, but yeah, the hull itself I think is pretty good. I think it works, and I think it's going to be pretty good at carrying oil and fuel, or whatever we actually need it to carry. It doesn't really matter. So I think what I'm going to do now is actually add the front of this, which is essentially going to be the same as what we've already done down here, but it's going to be continued up into the air, which, you know, may or may not be a good idea, but we'll see. So essentially this goes on here like this. I do need to be doing this on both sides, so let's do that. Oh, I need to delete all of those again. That's annoying. So yeah, we'll bring these all the way down the sides, deleting all of them. We then shove this on here and do this. Okay, awesome. We then go backwards from there using these ones. Again, pretty good. And then we need to essentially build with these guys again. Backwards to here, ish. Hold on, can I do that? There, backwards to here. Good. Deleting this one, and then we need to continue using these guys. So shove that one into there, build it backwards to here. That's fine. Okay, yeah, that'll work out, I think. Shove another one of those onto there like this. Shove one of these guys onto here like that. And then I think we'll do one more, and that should look good. Alright, so front of the boat looks like this now. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce some small little slots right here. 1, 2, and probably... oh, I'd like to do 3, but we can't. Unless I started there, maybe? Right, okay, hold on. If we have 3 on that side, 3 on this side, 2 in the middle, I don't actually think that looks bad. So let's go ahead and jug this one. There we go. And the rest of them are the same. All right. Yes. I am going to paint this slightly differently, though. around the edges of this, I'm just going to go ahead and introduce a darker grey. And that should make things just look nicer overall. So I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way around. And there we go. I don't know whether this should be like raised a little bit so we can have a wall down the side or not. But for right now, that's what we have. Right, so, I've gone ahead and done this. I've added this weird little bit to the front, which you can come stand on. I might add some bollards and stuff like that, and maybe some winches for anchors. But overall, that looks fine. The thing is, though, the whole ship looks weird when all I've done is the front end. As soon as I start adding the back end, I think it'll start looking, maybe right. I don't know, though. I'm not actually sure. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go... Maybe we'll start the oil tanks or whatever here. No, let's start them here. So we'll do this, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3. Yes, every single one of these, we're going to go ahead and do 3. 3, yes. And then I'll be able to figure out from this how big the oil tanks are going to be, which I think is going to stop there-ish. Yeah, you know what, actually? Ignore that. Let's just do this one. 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to go backwards to about here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then obviously our bridge and stuff needs to be built around this area. And that'll come backwards to around here. And that's fine. So now that we know that, our back end is going to be built up here. I'm only going to go up by 2 for now. I'm just going to go ahead and fix it in like this. But, I know what, no. Let's do 3. There we go. Shove this in all the way around. And we're going to be building all this in as well, and hopefully that'll look good. And there we go, so that's the back end sort of done. I've added the holes again, which on the back don't look as good, actually, but they're there, so that's a thing. I am going to go ahead and introduce some holes here and here as well. There we go. And presumably, maybe I'll just delete this whole bit. Yep, sure, that's fine. And then we'll do 3 and 3. Okay, there we go. We got holes all the way around. I do have to paint all of these in, which is annoying, but we could do that. So yeah, let me just go ahead and paint this, and this. We're going to have to put paint blocks on the floor, but for now that's okay. Do these ones, including that, and then do all of this too. 1, 2, 3, and that one and that one. 2, 3, there we go. Alright, beautiful. So I'm thinking that, for the start of a tanker hull, actually looks quite nice, and it's not massive. I didn't want it to be huge because we don't have that much money yet. We wouldn't actually be able to pay for all of the oil that went in it, if that makes sense. But for a tanker hull, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so what do we do from there? I don't really know what I want to do from there, so I think I've got an idea. I'm going to go ahead and get some of these rocket boosters. I am going to go ahead and get the yellow color that I always use now for some reason. And we're going to build in some, like, bollards, essentially. So 5 away from the end, we're going to add a bollard. 5 away from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. We're going to add a bollard. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. And again. Actually, you know what? We'll leave it like that. We'll just have those. We're then going to go ahead and get a rope anchor. And we're going to shove that onto here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're probably going to leave those like that. I don't know whether they should be all the way at the edge, but maybe they should. Who knows? Anyway, from there, we're going to go ahead and paint all of these guys in. There we go. Going to paint it all the way down to the end. Yes. And paint this piece. And there we go. And then the waterline, I actually wanted to change the waterline color, which is really annoying because I wanted it to be white. Which means all of this has been changed back to white. But I think white would actually look better than it does in grey, to be honest. That is actually true. So, what about if we actually change this to white? I mean, to be fair, that looks nice as well. But what I'm thinking we do is you change both of those colors. So, blue on the top, and then we go around the outside and we make this bit white. And I think that will actually look sick. The issue with this is that that's not the Frantico oil colors. This blue is not really part of it, but that looks sick. So I think I might keep it anyway. I might keep that anyway. That looks lovely. Yeah, that looks awesome. Okay, so from there, what am I going to do? Well, we need to try and make sure that we have access and know where the oil tanks are going to be. So I'm going to do this. We're then going to try and split that up because it sort of needs splitting, to be fair. So delete this, Shove that guy across there. We then need to split it into a few different pieces. So I'm thinking this right here and this right here. Oh, we could split it into a bunch of different tanks. And the main reason you do this is, one, for, like, stability. In real life, anyway, you'd have, like, buffers. Whatever they're called. Can't remember. Baffles? I think they're called baffles. Anyway, you'd have those, so that the water, or the oil, when it's splashing around, doesn't offset the boat and stuff. And I think it'd be easier to fill these at different times, and it'd be easier to balance ourselves out. So I think that makes sense to do. From there, we're going to go ahead and delete these guys. Just like this, and I'm essentially just going to try and build this down into the boat so that we know where this even is. So that's going to go all the way back into there. We're then going to box it off on this side like this, and we will box it off on this side like this. There we go. From there, I'm going to build each of these down. However, we're going to leave a gap at the bottom. So I don't know how big that gap's going to be. I guess it's going to go there. So we'll leave like a gap of about 4. Main reason for that is because... because we actually need a fuel tank, and I think the fuel tank should go underneath this. You know? I feel like that makes sense anyway. So let's go ahead and build these guys into there. And that looks fine, I guess. Alright, so what is next? Well, we're going to have to try and build in some sort of superstructure. So we're going to build that out to there. Maybe one less, actually. So do it to here. There we go. And I think it's just going to be a box. It might as well be a box. There's no point in it not being a box. So we'll do that across there. And that's currently fine. Yes. So overall, I really like this. It could be seen as some sort of fishing boat, but I don't really think so. I think we'll actually add some sort of crane to this end, and then we'll have a winch on that crane that allows us to sell and buy all of the oil and stuff. That'll make sense. So, let's get a door real quick. We're gonna go with one of these ones, obviously. So, shove that right here, just like this. And I guess we're just gonna build this all up. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. Okay, cool. With that being said, it actually needs to be bigger than that. There we go. And we need windows too. For windows, I'm going to use portholes. I just think they look better than anything else right now, so we're just going to go ahead and use those. And I actually rarely use them, so it would be kind of cool to use them in this way. Let's go ahead and delete this one. Shove that into there and do this. There we go. All right, 3 windows right there, and we'll do 2 windows on the front. And there we go. Honestly, I think that's all right. That's all good. From there, we'll actually delete these guys and shove those into there. Now we've got windows everywhere around this box. That's awesome. Yeah. I don't really know what else I need to do on this thing today. Obviously, we are going to have to add a bridge on top of this, and we're going to have to make all of it work. We're also going to have to add the crane. But what do you guys think? Is this a good start, or is it not a good start? Let me know in the comments down below. But for now, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.